And we're back for our MLB Best Bets here on Sunday, October 5th. We have got only 2 games today in the MLB, with the Detroit Tigers going to the Seattle Mariners for the night game, and obviously early in the morning we have early in the day, the Toronto Blue Jays host the New York Yankees. Blue Jays win game 1 against the Yankees. Mariners win or lose game 1 at home against the Detroit Tigers. We'll get into both of those games, as we're now going to be shifting to 4 best bets per video, just because, I mean, anything beyond just 2 bets a game is just a lot. So we're going to do 2 best bets for the Yankees-Blue Jays game, 2 best bets for the Tigers and Mariners game, and then I'll give my thoughts about the 2 National League games, obviously with the Cubs and the Brewers, and more importantly, right, the heavyweight fight between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, before we get into the video, folks, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more MLB best bets here on the channel. Obviously, tomorrow we will be back for the 2 National League games, and then again, we rotate from here on out for the rest of the divisional series. Also, go make sure to check out our NFL best bets, right? Week number 5 of the NFL season is today, so go make sure to check that out. Best bets and predictions linked in the description down below, and best player props as well. College football predictions, full week 7 college football predictions will be out tomorrow at about 4 o'clock. Anyways, let's get into the first now of our 4 best bets. Kicking things off, also Greedo plays I'm made today, our UFC Fight Night Oliveira versus Fiziev full card predictions. Go make sure to check those out. Or Gamrot stepped in for Fiziev. Anyways, first of 4 best bets here for the ALDS. Kicking things off today with the Nerfy in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, between the Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Yankees. I don't think we see runs in the first inning in this game. I don't think we do, right? We will go over the money line bets in a second, obviously, because I will give 2 money lines for today, and then we're going to do an additional bet, obviously, per game in Toronto and in Seattle. I don't think a run's going to be scored in the first inning today between the Blue Jays and the Yankees. Starting pitchers, Max Fried, Trey Savage. Yesterday, obviously, right, Yankees go Luis Gil, doesn't pitch the best, obviously, right? Toronto wins the game at 10-1. Of course, picking up the victory. The Yankees go to their ace today, Max Fried, who got to pitch game 1 of the AL wildcard round against the Boston Red Sox, a game in which Boston won. I mean, we have accurately predicted every single Yankees postseason game so far this year, right? Game 1 loss to Garrett Crochet, bounce back games 2 and 3 for New York, and obviously losing yesterday. We saw that one coming in Toronto. Luis Gil on the mound, and we're going to again get into the money line pick in just a minute. But we're going to go with Max Fried today and Trey Savage. Max Fried's been really good. Right? I mean, the reason why the Yankees lose the Boston Red Sox is not because of Fried, obviously. Fried goes 6 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 0 runs, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks in there as well. But, I mean, the guy's been electric this season, 1.89 ERA. Obviously fell out of the Cy Young conversation in the middle of the year, obviously with the monster season Tarek Skubal had, Garrett Crochet as well, and even Hunter Brown, the emergence of him, it kind of squeezed Fried out of the race. And he had 2 pretty poor months in both July and August, but he got hot at the right exact time. The Yankees winning 5 consecutive games in the month of September with Fried on the bump, and obviously that is credited to his 1.89 ERA. Again, game 1 of the wild card round, 6 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 0 runs. His team loses 3-1 at home. I don't think he's given up a run in the first inning. I don't think it's going to happen. Yesterday's Blue Jays-Yankees game, no runs scored in the first either, right? There were 11 total runs in that baseball game, none of which, though, were scored in the first. Apologies. The Vlad Guerrero Jr. home run was in the first inning. I apologize. The Kirk home run was in the second. That's okay. That's okay. Because again, guys, Luis Gil's not pitching. I mean, we saw this yesterday, and that is a mistake on my end, but we saw Luis Gil going into yesterday's game. We told you to take Blue Jays money line. Blue Jays money line hits, unlike the Philadelphia Phillies. Do not get me started on that baseball team. We'll get into them in a second. But we knew Luis Gil wasn't ready for prime time. He goes 48 pitches, doesn't even reach 3 full innings. Blue Jays win the game 10-1. Again, guys, there is no one like Luis Gil pitching today for the Yankees. It's Max Fried. So if we are concerned about Vlad Guerrero, who had a monster game number 1 for the Toronto Blue Jays, 3 for 4, obviously, absolutely dominant. With the home run, obviously, in the first inning, we should be fine this time around with Fried, who, again, is an elite and an excellent pitcher, obviously, in the league. You're going to see Blue Jays 1, 2, 3. It's probably going to be Springer, and then it depends who they bat in the 2 spot, obviously, right? But you got, obviously, Vlad in the 3. I highly doubt Nathan Lukes is going to be batting in the 2, obviously, with the lefty on the bump with the southpaw going in Max Fried. Regardless of who they bat in the 2 spot, I'm not concerned. Obviously, if Bo Bichette was still around, who led the American League in hits by the time of his injury, that would be a whole nother issue, but there is no Bo Bichette. We have no problems. Flip side, Trey Savage taking on the New York Yankees. Again, the Yankees aren't playing in their Mickey Mouse ballpark anymore in the Bronx. If that was the case, maybe we have some trouble, but Trey Savage should be fine here. I mean, this is a guy who obviously came up from AAA just in September. 3 starts, 3 wins for Toronto, even though they are pretty big betting underdogs today. But Savage, 3.2 on ERA, obviously in the limited starts he's had. And we've seen this throughout the course of the postseason so far. I know the Cleveland Guardians are eliminated, but Parker Messick had like 5 starts in the regular season, and he's making starts, obviously, in the playoffs. This is just the new age of Major League Baseball. Again, Guardians as well. I know they were fielding a AAA team for the second half of the year, even with their, with their gambling scandals and whatnot. But I mean, hell, Chase DeLauder is making his MLB debut in the playoffs. It's just the new age of baseball. And Trey Savage, who was a September call-up, comes in and has pitched fairly well. He hasn't gone more than 5 innings, but we know in the limited innings that Savage is going to pitch, he is going to be fine. So I expect Savage to dominate here today. I fully do. Again, Yankees are not playing in the Bronx. They're not playing at the Mickey Mouse Stadium. There's no short porch home run. You get Grisham in the 1, Judge, Bellinger, Ben Rice in the 4. I mean, again, there's power threats, don't get me wrong. I mean, Trent Grisham had a banner year, obviously, swinging the long ball or swinging, obviously swinging for the fences, 30-plus home runs, which is just one of those fake Yankees stats. Aaron Judge obviously bombed home runs all year long. Bellinger, I get it, Ben Rice is an elite postseason riser like Kike Hernandez. Well, we will get into Kike in a little bit, at the end of the video at least. But I think we're okay here with the Nerfy. I really think so. I don't think we see much production out of New York's lineup early in the game. Again, this is a team that scored 1 run all game long, and that was in the 6th inning. It was a Cody Bellinger walk that scored Anthony Volpe. We're going to be fine here at the Nerfy. I fully believe in Trey Savage. Obviously, if this game was in New York, whole nother deal. I would never, and I don't think I did ever this season, I don't think I ever played a Nerfy in New York. The only time I might have would have been with Crochet. I think we may have once, but we don't do Nerfies at Yankee Stadium. We will play your Nerfies away from Yankee Stadium, even though, again, we know what the lineup holds. It's a playoff baseball game. Don't expect many runs, like we don't expect many runs in the nightcap as well, but I think we go under here, at least in the first inning, under 0.5 runs. Give me the Nerfy between the Jays and the Yankees. So our second bet, obviously, with this very game in Toronto, obviously we're going to give a money line pick, and I know it's not entirely the best action, but we're going to go Yankees minus 150. If it comes down to minus 145, I think it's very playable. Minus 150, I'm just not a fan. Again, we've been over this throughout the course of the year. My rule usually, if I really like it, I will fire on minus 150. If not, I'll probably stay away. Minus 145 is usually my cap on taking something. Minus 140 is, more like it. We will consider minus 145, but again, that's playable. I think the Yankees should win today, and again, I hope this line comes down. As of 12:30 in the morning, it's still at minus 150. However, we shall see how the movement, or obviously how the line moves. The Yankees should win this game. And I think I have the script for every New York Yankees playoff game so far this season, okay? We've gotten every single game right so far. Again, we went over it earlier. Red Sox win game 1, Yanks win games 2 and 3, and obviously yesterday we had the Toronto Blue Jays beating the New York Yankees. Today I have the Yankees. I would be surprised if they don't win this baseball game. Again, they get Max Fried going. For as good as Trey Savage has been, and for the fact that I do believe Savage is going to get 3 outs in the first inning, and without giving up a run, obviously, it's his 4th career start in a playoff game at home in front of 40,000 people. The entire, not just Toronto's relying on him, the entire country of Canada is relying on the guy. He should be, he should fold eventually, I would think. And especially, again, with the Yankees lineup. I know, again, they are away from the Bronx. I know they lost by 9 yesterday. The final score was 10-1. It's still the Yankees. You still have Aaron Judge, who's batting 400 in this postseason. Again, you can see these clips of and make fun of Judge for swinging at balls down in the dirt, something he hasn't done since 2018. Still, though, he's a 400 hitter in the playoffs, and no one else on the entire Yankees lineup is batting over 300 other than, close your eyes, Anthony Volpe. Which, it is a shock. But it is what it is, right? I mean, Blue Jays yesterday winning the game 10-1. I believe the Yankees get their get back here today. And that has a lot to do with Max Fried. It really does. I mean, you look at the Blue Jays lineup. I know, again, they won yesterday. And I know the end of regular season baseball and going into September doesn't mean the most either. But look at how that team played down the stretch. And again, this is not ultimately about this game itself. Obviously, we're taking the Yankees. I think the Blue Jays are in trouble in this series, and I've always thought so. I mean, good on them. They had the tiebreaker. They got obviously to the postseason and win the American League East. But I mean, my goodness, who do they go to in Game 3? And then who do you go to in Game 4? I mean, Bassett's hurt, so you probably go to Shane Bieber Game 3, and then you go with Max Scherzer Game 4. Again, I love Max. Maybe my favorite baseball player of all time, but you're going to pitch Max Scherzer in a must-win game at the Bronx with the season on the line? I'm just sorry, he's 41 going on 42 years of age. Love the dude. He's the ultimate competitor. I just don't love it. I just don't love it. But again, going back to this game, Savage's 4th ever career start in the playoffs against the Yankees. Ooh, man. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a great equation to me. At the same time, too, right, he's only going 5 innings probably. We have not seen Savage pass the 5-inning mark, and sure, that's regular season baseball, and we've seen games before, right, where the Blue Jays have pulled him after 69 pitches, after 76 pitches. It should be, again, they should be full go in this one, but how effective is he going to truly be? And the Yankees are due for one. I mean, how many times are you going to see this lineup score 1 run in one game? And I wasn't, going into yesterday, I wasn't sold on Kevin Gausman. You know, I said, okay, I think we look at some teams in Major League Baseball and we say, okay, they have true aces, right? Now, Christopher Sanchez yesterday, you know, well, Kike Hernandez is pulling off some voodoo crap, right? But you have the Tarek Skubals of the world, right? You've got the Christopher Sanchez's of the world. The Dodgers have 5 aces because Cha-Ching, obviously, right? But I've never been sold on Gausman, at least this season going into the postseason. This year I've not been sold on him being their true ace, but obviously what else do you have in that rotation? Obviously that's why Savage is here, and that's why they picked Savage, and my favorite team last year picked Seaver King in the 1st round with the 10th overall pick. Yep, can't even crack 220 in AA, but it's okay. It's okay. I think the Yankees win today. I think they do. I think they'll get it. Minus 150. Max Fried's going. The lineup should show up today, I would assume. And the thing I have also with Toronto, too, like I was mentioning earlier about how they were playing in September. Guys, this lineup, I know they scored 10 runs yesterday. And sure, they got Luis Gill, and then they got kind of a bullpen from the Yankees, which I've always been skeptical of this season. I mean, I know Camilo Duvall's had his moments. I know that Luke Weaver has his nights, but my goodness, yesterday was atrocious out of the Yankees bullpen. I mean, they're pulling guys out of left field. You know, they saw, Paul Blackburn's in the crowd. All right, come pitch. You know, I think they're going to be okay today. A bullpen hopefully going, obviously, with the lead, and I think the Yankees are going to take this. Again, I just don't see the Blue Jays pitching shutting them down, and I don't see the Yankees lineup staying dormant for this long. So give me New York here on the road. Minus 150. I believe they tie up this series going back to the Bronx on Tuesday. Yankees minus 150 on the money line, evening up the series at 1 game apiece. And we move on now to our second game of the video. The second game, obviously, in the ALDS. Tigers on the road in the Pacific Northwest to take on the Seattle Mariners. Oh boy. My winners of the American League have found themselves in a ginormous hole. Not just, they lost game 1. I mean, there's another team that lost game 1, obviously, at home. That's the Philadelphia Phillies, and I get it. They're playing the Los Angeles Dodgers, who are everyone's pick to win the World Series. I'm telling you right now, the Phillies are not even close to in the hole that the Detroit Tigers are right now. The Seattle Mariners are right now. The Dodgers are going to pitch Blake Snell. Sure, he's been great, but I think the Phillies are going to come through still in that series. I firmly believe that, okay? That Dodgers bullpen eventually is going to bite them in the ass. Eventually, Sasaki's going to blow up, okay? You have to face Tarek Skubal tonight. The second best pitcher in baseball. Some would argue the best pitcher in baseball. I believe that's firmly Paul Skeens. Just wait till he's pitching in Chavez Ravine next year. It's going to suck. But Tarek Skubal, 2.21 ERA this season, and we saw what he's done so far in the postseason. Against the Guards, 7 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. How many strikeouts? 14 strikeouts? 14 of them. Ooh. Yeah. Team wins the game 2-1. Obviously, Guards ball, right? They hit balls into the infield and they get lucky. That's what Guards ball is. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Yeah, I don't know. Guys, the Mariners yesterday were so disappointing, and the Mariners legitimately turned back into the problems that they had and what we were concerned about them having in the first half of the season. It was typical Seattle Mariners baseball, right? No hitting with runners in scoring position. You have 6 hits all game long, and the bottom of your lineup does not show up. Julio Rodriguez rose to the occasion. Julio goes 3 for 5 with the home run. Cal Raleigh, your MVP candidate, don't know if he's going to get it over Judge, it is what it is. Raleigh goes 3 for 5. The rest of the team combined went 0 for 32. You're hearing that right. They went 0 for 32 at the plate. Yikes. Actually, 0 for 28. I didn't subtract Julio's. So 0 for 28 is ridiculous. As a team, you went 0 for 28 other than your 2 top guys. That's a joke. And we thought the Tigers hitting was bad, and that's something we're going to have to worry about today. But Tigers go essentially bullpen game yesterday, and they find a way. They find a way. I thought they were going to start Montero. They start Melton, and obviously you have a deep bullpen. You have Finnegan. You have Vest. I mean, Vest probably not available today because of the extra innings game. Okay, you still have another all-star out the bullpen, Kyle Finnegan, who's arguably, he definitely is. I'm not just saying this because I'm a Nationals homer. Finnegan's their best reliever. He's the best relief arm. And Kyle Finnegan's going to be ready to go for game number 2 today. And what? Screwball goes 7, he goes 8. If you need Finnegan to go, he can go 2 innings. So you're going to see Screwball the entire game, and then you're going to see Kyle Finnegan later in the game. And I didn't even tell you what the pick is. The pick's the under here. We'll get into the money line in a second, but that's the lead-in. We're going under 6.5 runs. I mean, I witnessed a team go 0 for 28 other than their 2 top guys. I know the Mariners the entire year live and die by the home run ball. Well, you're going to live and die by the home run ball against Tarek Screwball? We say this all the time. The expression, solo home runs can't beat you is very true in baseball. It is 100% accurate. Against the Tigers, actually, they can, though, so that's a problem. But Mariners pitching Luis Castillo, who, he's been good recently. I'm waiting for an implosion, though, because I've seen it this year. I mean, month of August for Luis Castillo, 6.66 ERA. Are we dead ass? 2.45 ERA in September. He bounced back in a big way. Had a bad start to start the month, at least against Tampa on the road. Gave up 5 runs in 6 innings, or 4 innings, but his last 4 starts have been good. Just recognize, though, the teams he faced. Braves on the road, Angels at home, Royals on the road, Rockies at home. So not even in Colorado, the Rocks came up to the Northwest to take them on. Yeah, this is a problem, guys. The Tigers lineup, is it horrible? It is, right? They don't have their voodoo black magic they were pulling off at the beginning of the season. I mean, Glaber, Kerry Bonds, obviously, Riley Green, Torque, Colt Keith. There's guys. Javier Baez was an all-star game starter, don't forget. It's not a team we can rely on to really to swing and obviously bring guys in. Got 7 runs in this game, that's a lot. Their game went 11 innings yesterday, and there's only 5 runs scored. I'm telling you, majority of the runs are going to come from Luis Castillo. That's my biggest concern. Once Seattle goes to the bullpen, I know these are 2 backed-up bullpens, and Munoz goes 2 innings yesterday. It's the playoffs. Munoz will pitch if they need him to, 100%. Will Vest too, but I think, again, I don't think Detroit's going to really need many bullpen arms because of how long in the game Screwball goes. Okay, bring in Kyle Finnegan, who has been electric for the Tigers, and he's given up, 2-3 runs in his entire tenure from getting traded to the Washington Nationals over to Detroit. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. I hate it. Because George Kirby pitched well yesterday, too, and they could not do anything against that bullpen. Seattle goes up early, Julio hits the home run, and then Julio drives another run in the 6th, but you lose the game 3-2 because, again, no clutch hitting. I mean, it's not even clutch hitting. Nobody could hit. Other than Catlin and Julio, nobody hit the ball. They're in trouble. That's what it is. They are in trouble. Anyways, before we get into the second bet, I think you can probably know where we're going with that, but I'm taking the under. 6.5 runs. It's at -125. I like it. I don't see that many runs scored. Again, it doesn't matter. Again, I think Luis Castillo's due for an implosion. I think he's due for a blow-up at 100%. Look who's in the Detroit lineup. Torres, Carpenter, again, Green. I've been over it. We know this is the team that went to Cleveland and they left 14 guys on base in 1 baseball game. We're not trusting this team to hit. Not doing it at all. I look at Seattle, and, I feel like, unfortunately, the Mariners are turning back into what they were at the beginning of the year. I'll tell you this right now, though. And actually, I'll save this point until the money line prediction, because I will tell you what I think about the entire series. But I believe this game is going to be very low scoring. Again, every Tarek Screwball game is low scoring, and I'm taking the under for this one. Under 6.5 runs. But we have a winner, of course. We always have a winner. Let's go on now to our money line bet. Taking the Detroit Tigers. You can probably tell by my tone of this game and the way I approached this and led into this, talking about the Seattle Mariners. But again, I fully bought into the Mariners in the last month and a half of the season. And that wasn't just because of their winning ways, it was the lineup construction and the way that they were pitching. I'm so scared about this lineup right now. Do I still think the Seattle Mariners are going to go to the World Series representing the American League? I don't know. I do not know. And I know, again, I'm picking them to go down 2-0. I'll tell you right now, I believe this series is coming back to Seattle. It's a bold thing to say, that they're going to go down 2-0 and come back to Seattle for game number 5. I believe that. Here's the thing, though. You come back to Seattle for game number 5, and you know who's going to be pitching. It will be Screwball. Because game 5 will be scheduled for, Friday, I believe? Game 5 would be? Game 5 is Friday. This game's Sunday. 100% Screwball can pitch again. So what the Tigers have done, you've stolen it, and this is what Detroit is different, obviously, when you go to a 7-game series. And that's why the NLDS and ALDS should be 7 games, but that's neither here or there. You play 162 games, and your season can be over after you lose 3 of them. It's dumb. But anyways, what the Tigers have done, they've stolen a game without Tarek Screwball. And in a 3-game series, if you think your guy's legit, and this is, again, how I used to approach series when my team was in the playoffs every single season with Max Scherzer. Obviously, we only won 1 NLDS ever. But the way I always approached series was, okay, If we could steal one without Scherzer, this is when the Nats, the pre-wild card years, obviously, the years where they just, won the NL East. The way I approached things was, okay, we got to win game one with Scherzer. And if we do, we just got to steal one with either Strauss or Gio Gonzalez or Tanner Roark, whoever was pitching, or Jordan Zimmerman, whoever was pitching the other game. We just got to steal the other one because I know, okay, Max is back for game 5. The Tigers essentially done the same thing. I mean, Screwball, he will pitch Friday. Do not get it twisted. He will pitch Friday if the series goes to Friday. So they've already stolen the game without Screwball because of the rest, obviously, because they had to go play in Cleveland first. Now you just got to, again, if Screwball can pitch well and pitch like he is, like he's been doing, that's the second best pitcher in baseball, well, you're going to the ALCS. Obviously, last year, right, Screwball loses a Game 5 in Cleveland to send, obviously, the Guardians to New York for the American League Championship Series. I don't know if that's going to happen again, though. So, again, we are getting way too ahead of it, but I'm taking the Tigers tonight. Guys, look how the Mariners hit them. That was... Me picking -1.5 yesterday for the Seattle Mariners was more than just beyond, I believe they're going to win the game. I thought they were going to dominate the Tigers. I think a lot of people expected them to dominate the Tigers. And it was also, you got to look at this from a long-term aspect of the series. They're the only team who has dug themselves into a hole because there's not a pitcher in baseball like Screwball, there's no one else like Screwball, Skeens, or Crochet. Those are the top 3 guys in the league. I like Christopher Sanchez, but Kike Hernandez may have just ended the Phillies season. So, anyways, I know that can happen to anybody, but Sanchez put himself in that spot. Okay. This is the only team who has an elite ace, again, top 3 guys in baseball, Skeens, Crochet, Screwball. Screwball's the only one left. So that's why the Mariners have put themselves in this, they put themselves in this hole, and it's a horrible one to be in. You are screwed. You have to face them 2 more times, and you've already lost 1 game. That's why I was so confident with them winning yesterday, because they knew in the back of their mind, okay, we got Screwball tomorrow night. So we have to get this one. And the Tigers are also thinking too, okay, yeah, we're trying to play spoiler, but we know in the back of our mind too, we still have Screwball for game number 2. We just got, again, if we can win game 2 with Screwball, it's 1-1 going to Detroit. We just steal one in Detroit. Game 5, we go back to Seattle, but we get Screwball pitching. Seattle's in a horrible spot. They are in a horrible spot. I think we will get to game 5. I firmly believe that. I think we're going to get a 5th game. But again, what happens when Screwball's pitching? I don't know. Again, this is just, I'm making this prediction right now. It'll change, obviously, on Tuesday and on Wednesday when we get back, when we go to Detroit. But right now, I believe Seattle's going to win games 3 and 4 in Detroit, and I think we're going to get a game 5 with Screwball pitching. Again, we will see how game 2 goes first. But I'm taking the Detroit Tigers to win. Everything that I detailed earlier is exactly the same. I hate this Mariners lineup right now. Again, I was big on it in the beginning of the season, or no, not the beginning of the season, last couple months. Guys, yesterday, again, was everything that we were concerned about with this team, and I'm sure Mariners fans have been concerned about with this team. They don't hit when it matters. And again, we've seen games where Raleigh struggled. We've seen Julio go through his slumps. They can't be the only guys providing. You spent that much money, and you went out and traded, again, for a very good team. Obviously, you went out, you got Naylor, you got Suarez, and they both go over yesterday. Suarez goes over 4 with 2 strikeouts. He looks outmatched at the plate. That's a problem. Give me Detroit Tigers money line -125 here on the road. I think they win back-to-back, and they go back to Comerica Park up 2 games to nothing over the Seattle Mariners. So again, both Tigers money line and the under is -125. Nerfing the Yankees game -130, and Yankees money line obviously at -150. Now before we wrap up the video, we got to talk about the Dodgers and Phillies. I don't really give a damn about the Brewers game. I'm going to be honest. Guys, we thought the Brewers were going to win. Cubs strike first. Landslide, obviously. Brewers win the baseball game. We expect them to win the series. Again, the National League goes through American Family Field in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Okay. Dodgers, Phillies. Guys, I see a lot of praise for Shohei Ohtani right now on the internet because, how well he pitched. Oh, he had 8 strikeouts. Okay, 9 strikeouts. Ooh. Shohei Ohtani right now is being treated like Jalen Hurts, guys. Shohei Ohtani right now is the Jalen Hurts of Major League Baseball. I'm so serious. He is. Not to discredit what Jalen Hurts has done. I think he did an amazing job last year with the Philadelphia Eagles, at quarterback. And this is kind of a weird comp, obviously, because the Dodgers are in Philly. But hear me out now. Hold on now. Shohei Ohtani yesterday goes 6 innings. He gives up 3 hits and 3 runs. Obviously, right, JT Realmuto hits that big triple in the 2nd inning to score 2 runs. And obviously, Harrison Bader, who ends up hurting his hamstring, knocks in Realmuto to get the 3-0 lead. Guys, Ohtani yesterday gets all the praise. You look on Twitter, you look at Verlander's brother, who, don't get me started on that dude. You see the MLB's posting, ESPN's posting. Guys, I have friends who aren't really that locked into baseball, right? and they see on their phone, on Instagram, Ohtani notches first postseason victory. And that's great. And technically, yes, he did. But again, these guys don't watch the game. They see Roki Sasaki pitching the final out of the game, and ESPN on their Instagram page makes it look like that's Ohtani striking someone out 100 miles an hour to win the baseball game, obviously because they don't say it's Roki Sasaki. Again, I'm sick of the Ohtani propaganda is what I'm getting to. I'm sick of it. But if you actually watch the game, Shohei, again, he doesn't pitch badly, but he puts his team in a 3-0 hole, and obviously, Kike Hernandez comes through because, of course, he does. But Ohtani goes 0 for 4 at the plate, and he had some really bad approaches. Man, Ohtani stared at stuff right down the middle. He strikes out, swinging his first at-bat against Sanchez. At bats 2 through 4, he stares right down the middle of the plate. It's right down the cock, and he does not swing the bat. He walks in the 9th inning, but Ohtani did nothing offensively for that team, and he pitched 6 innings. Okay, guys, Tyler Glasnow would have done that, okay, and given up 3 runs. Okay, I guarantee you that Yoshinobu Yamamoto would have given up that same performance. I'm sick of the Ohtani pump up. I get it. It's best for the sport, guys. He didn't really do that much yesterday. Sure, he pitched well. He did nothing offensively for that team. The post, honestly, should be about how Teoscar Hernandez carried his team to victory, obviously, with the 3-run home run. And don't get me started about all-time playoff riser Kike Hernandez, who does absolutely nothing in the regular season. He's horrible. Okay, the only reason Kike's relevant in the regular season is because the Dodgers fans love him. They chant his name, and he throws 40 miles an hour when he comes in and, is the eephus pitcher at the end of the game. Kike Hernandez, every postseason, here he is. Big double to make it a 2-3 game. I'm sick of the Dodgers. I don't like the Phillies either. Let me make this very clear. I don't like either of these teams. But so I get a hate watch either way, right? I get to complain regardless of who wins. But I'm sick of this Shohei propaganda. All right, he's a great player. He's a generational player. All this praise though is absolutely ridiculous. Shohei did not put his team in the best position to win that game. Okay, when Ohtani comes out of that game, his team is losing. He technically gets the win. Wins is a broken stat for pitchers. I just want to get that one off my chest. Okay, good on the Dodgers. I still think the Phillies win 5 games. That's neither here or there, folks. We'll be back in the Phillies-Dodgers tomorrow as the NLDS picks up. But folks, that'll do it for our MLB Best Bets here on Sunday, October 5th. If you haven't yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. Again, we'll be back tomorrow morning for more with the NLDS, obviously both in Milwaukee and Philadelphia. Folks, thank you all for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Check out, again, Greedo plays MMA later today for our UFC Rio de Janeiro Brazil predictions, and also our NFL Best Bets with the college football predictions coming tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon as well. Folks, thank you all for watching, and Mamba forever.